happen. This is the most won map here from Movistars. They sport an insane win percentage on this map. They did lose on LAN to Giants the last time they played here, but it was a while ago. And since then, in the last 3 months, Movistars have just had a lot more playtime in general, just on almost every map. A fast stair setup here for the CTs as Soaker moves in to look for his first fight, but there's going to be more than one, and he can't get the first just yet. He does work on the second. Burst fire does not do him any favors, and the T's blow it wide open.
Fox is going to try his hand. Oh, doesn't get his chance at a crisp headshot, but also doesn't fall back from this. Sticks around. All the while, Mixwell's found his footing on the B site, so Killdream, unfortunately, is about to get bombarded by the offense. We've got 4 of them running inwards. Fox can't find timing on the flank. An instant gush versus Killdream denies his chances, and it's Movistar Riders with that opening pistol.
We've seen good starts before, but at least it is the pistol here on the T side, and it was an appropriate setup from the Giants. They had a feeling it was going to be stairs. They were right about it. Soaker comes up, and burst fire doesn't do him that good, but having 2 Ts behind him does. Everything else works out swimmingly. Movistars move into their first round win, and there isn't going to be a buy-up in response from the Giants. There's 2K apiece on each player, but it's just USPs for the moment. There aren't majority SMGs as well for Movistars, maybe expectant of something like that. Right now, they're going to hold on to this MAC-10, hopefully funnel as many kills as they can into Mopaz, but in general, are going to play quite passively. Death's here, back in the stairs by the ladder. Everybody waiting for pushes that aren't coming, and the CTs have decided to fan out and make a rotate back. It looks like they might go for a stack on the lower side.
Stack with absolutely nothing. Not even a flashbang, Mohan. Not even a P250, just those crisp USPs. 2 players getting a little adventurous here, walking up the bathrooms. It took Riders some time, but they begin to clear out portions of the map. They've now got stairs in their back pocket. We've got eyes over towards Monster, and they're gonna keep working forward slowly. It's not just Mopaz who can rack up that extra cash. We also have Alex on an ump. Sees the heads jumping. But this stack, this close stack, this is a weird one. Soaker's gonna clear it out, and yeah, it's him and Deaths to spray down with their rifles for the first 3 frags. A tippity tap with the UMP leaves just Killdream's USP hiding behind Prime. And everybody else comes forward. He sees a head, taps it off. Soaker is the casualty, so 1 body stacked up, but haha, Mopaz so close that it's not a problem. Riders 2-0.
Definitely one of those scary moments. Good setup from the CTs. They do pick the correct site to stack. They have the USPs in position, but Movistars move quickly enough and safely enough that they're able to take it without too many casualties. They'll take the MAC-10 once again into this round. There's 3 AKs here, and it's a round they're going to go up against AUGs. There is no op on the board. There's also a severe lack of utility. At least there's 2 of these incendiaries. 1 goes out early, though. Fox denies that kind of default towards A, and Zelen still holding on to 1. Smoke on the short to hold on to it. Soaker's taking spam damage. Just wants to make sure he survives, honestly, at this point, especially with the utility advantage so far in their favor this quickly. They've traded for short control on top of that, and Soaker's not died.
Mixwell looks for that first kill, can't find the head. Zelen repositions, so that's 2 players on Monster side. A flashbang, well timed. Killdream's vision lost. The Giants are gonna start rotating down. They have an inkling as to what's up. Bomb drop certainly helps. Alex rebounds with a headshot of his own, but the CTs, they all start to cross, and Fox, he's the one that's next at bat with Killdream by his side. Now Deaths arrives last. To the 1v3, he'll walk in. No bomb on his back just yet. But there's plenty of time for him to work this. How does he want to continue the clutch?
It's true, he doesn't want to slow it down. The bomb on the CT side of Monster is a big issue. He doesn't know if it's going to get spotted, and now it looks like Roman will move towards it and will have confirmed vision. Issue here for Deaths as he moves back into the site and will get caught off on the peak. It is a round 1 back from Giants. A solid B-hold.
Solid indeed.
Yeah, they had 2 players committed to the site and 3 CTs that were rotating that were very far away on the other part of the map. But they came just in time, and even though Movistars moved quickly, Giants were there in time. a solid round overall, especially considering how quickly they ran out of important grenades. Movistars will now take this half buy into a Tech 9 and some utility. They will have all the T's basically move out through the Molotov. That's supposed to shy them away from this movement. And Mopaz is expectant of that long play one more time. Deagle shot goes wide, unfortunately. But the CTs have some information.
Doesn't seem like they want to gamble with that position either. You know, they got their info, and they got the chance to fall back. So they'll take that chance, and they'll work their way back into cover. The AUG comes out for a second engagement. With the Molotov close, he could try and get second servings, but nope, it's a continuous retreat. Further and further back, they'll skulk into the bomb site. Ooh, but Soaker has a chance at Fox. 3 Deagle shots downrange, none of which hit the mark. The head's what he wants, but the flash assist is what'll help. We have a 4v4, but Roman gets himself an engagement to cut it back to the man advantage. Bomb working its way up through bathrooms. Mopaz pressuring long with some utility. Molotov to try and clear close, and he falls. The AUG hits the head. Uteris is gonna buy time, lets the first player cross, and now they know where Deaths is at. He's gonna follow suit.
They work hard to charge up to the site, but they can't get the bomb down. It's kind of an expensive round from that regard. An easy kill here for Deaths at the very least. He'll take an M4, maybe run away with it. There's no real sense for him to maybe try to complete this clutch. Don't think he has any armor to work with either, so with that in mind, he does walk back into the A site, dies to Zelen, gets melted by the M4. A solid round here from Giants to steal it back. The tie, not a lead. And it feels like even though there was a great flash that took out Fox on this round, he's been their standing champion. He's been very consistent, high pressure situations. And it feels like this game doesn't have much to do with vetoes. It feels like it's so much more psychological than that. It feels like, as Kamikaze mentioned, that there's a lot of anti-stratting involved between these two, and they just know so much about each other. It's a very special circumstance, and that's really starting to shine through. Another rifle round here to add some more evidence to that case. Giants played it slightly aggressively early on. They are re-aggressing for map control, which is good on the CT side. They've moved out towards long with Muteris, and Roman's here backed up with the AUG. Setup can get called out, but it's still a strong setup regardless. These will now move into position outside of the bathrooms. The bomb is still left here in the middle of the map outside of the stairs, just to show us that Movistars haven't decided what side of the map they want to try to work. They've cleaned out long bathrooms, and we might get some contact in a few short moments.
Support from the AUG, M4 close. It's a good setup. Could draw these T's in, could draw them past. Muteris blasts off the first, then Roman's peak. Perfect hit and run. Molly goes down, tries to burn another into the open, and while he does expect the fight, he can't win it. Tags Alex down to 12. He has no teammates here to help him, so it's very much going to be on Mopaz to try and get into the B site, and he only has Kill Dream to deal with. Instantaneous headshot cracks the bomb site wide open. You can see now Riders trying to work their way in as Giants get back into position. They spotted the bomb on Mopaz, but no one can stop him unless they just charge forward. They're going to attempt this, but he's ready, and still he goes down. Afterplant's coming in off his short. Death's next with a headshot of his own to the 2v2, and you can see them wary of the flank. Alex, such low HP, has to keep Deaths standing on strong legs. There you have it, another headshot, and it's all on Roman. Sure, he's got the kit, but what else to work with? Nothing. Nothing other than aim. Taps bomb, there's the peak, can't catch Deaths. Needs this first one quick, and he can't manage. Deaths, all three.
All three, wow. I mean, he just picked the same angle 2 times in a row, got both kills, and he didn't even need the help of his teammate. Just perfect play by Deaths. Has been super tight round after round, both maps so far, especially early on. Just great place to watch. This should have been a ground for Giants, though. They had the long setup, it was perfect. There was a bit of an overextension after the first trade went their way. You didn't really need the M4 to swing as wide as he did at long because he had a teammate back on the site with an AUG, locking that angle off, making it scary to peek, and yet he went for the fight, ended up losing that duel. And then, of course, over on the B site, you have someone committed to Monster. He also doesn't have to peek. Now, It must have been surprising that someone was there at long after all of that attention on long A.
With bomb.
With bomb. And so maybe maybe he did deserve to at least take the fight. But yeah, once they got in there, it did come down to deaths because it was still a 2v3 that they had to win.
As we walk into the 6th round, we've got Giants not looking so hot. Scout on Fox, MP9 and a collection of pistols to boot. They're going to try and stack up here inside of connector control, leave Fox to his own devices. But he has to be cautious because he didn't catch the playground cross, and there is most certainly a player back there. Rattles around downrange, and a second attempt, but Alex is going to win this. The AK bests him. And as Roman gets his paws on that scout, he's going to then step back a bit, play from bathrooms instead. Can no longer, really gamble away that one life as much as you'd like to just bolster a bomb site.
So many fundamental things that need to change slightly that could win these guys games by huge margins. Small post-plant situations, mid-round adjustments when they have even numbers or slight advantage. Things that you really don't expect teams of this caliber to be messing up, but they still are doing those things wrong, and they can be looked at easy fixes. I think the only difference for teams like this with very competent players and just the situation they're in right now is the pressure, and that might be affecting things. And that's why it's kind of cool to see how calm and ready Fox is, especially in a map like when we saw him on Nuke. Pivotal 3Ks, back-to-back rounds.
The rotate's coming.
Never showing the pressure.
They've got the timing on this. First player walks into the flames, still slain, but MP9 at bat. Muterus manages one. They do lose that short player, though. You had Zelen in what seemed like a perfect position if the terrorists tried to push short, but they didn't. They'll gun their way through Monster, and they'll gun themselves to another round on the board. Comes at a cost, considering what the buy-up was from Giants.
Indeed, a good amount of kills.
But it's Riders regardless.
Mutas for 3,000. Everybody else with around 2K, they have a decision to make, and it doesn't seem like they're going to invest a whole lot. Mutas will get some utility to assist in this team. Once again, Giants, at least in the IGL side, we've seen good mid-rounding. We've seen that they pick the site a lot of the times correctly on their eco stacks. They're definitely in Movistar's heads, and I don't think that's a secret. Now, as for Movistars, what are they going to do differently? Feels like they are overpass as a known quantity, especially to Giants. They're moving into this default towards A. It's a standard practice for the T's to do this just because it's more of an open field out around the fountain and long A. So it's just more attractive, even if you know that the other team is aware what site you're picking. And it seems to be working out well so far. Bomb again in a default part of the map. And we are seeing a bit more decisiveness from Movistar as well. I think I was critical of how they played Nuke a bit, especially on that T side. They weren't exactly looking confident and decisive all the time. But here so far, they've been moving the rounds along quite nicely. Bombs being picked up at 1 minute. Bathrooms will get cleared out. Giants haven't done anything special on this stack, though. Their CT's back on the A site, but there's not even 4 of them there. They're just kind of split up as if it was a rifle round. It's probably not going to net them very many kills.
I don't think Giants have done all too much special when it comes to these eco rounds, to be honest. Not the first time we've seen them here. But they'll just try to run rampantly into the A site at the 30-second mark. Initial wave dealt with. Second wave inbound. USP's still just what they're working with, so no surprise they die. 3 survivors up for the offense. Riders continue to add the tally to the board.
The 1 kill at least is 5K off of the firepower advantage. We're moving into round 8. Movistar's up 5-2. They've got 5 AKs. They could have potentially rebought into an op. I'm not sure where the money was on Mopa's. Probably, yeah. They could have rebought an op if they want to. It doesn't seem like that's their prerogative. And as for the Giants, they're spending everything they can to try to put together a buy right now. I think Killdream will just get onto the M4. It's basically a couple of Augs. Would like to see a similar setup on A where they have passive. They're passive on the bathrooms. It feels like Movistars are good at clearing it. Hold on along for as long as you can. Get an easy 5v4 and then be patient. Don't give up another kill. And for your B-site players, they've been great on the crossfires.
Yep.
playing wood and the right side of Monster, why not let them work from those positions and instead of peeking into it or taking short control, see if that works out for you again. We're off to the races. And again, this is a map up here for Giants, so that they're down on this one, but they at least pull together their map pick.
They've been down before, only to claw back on Nuke. Ooh, Mixwell trying to give out free haircuts. A fresh fade looks great until you're in a 5v4. Fragging a Molotov at the feet of Zelen. Poor guy finds himself on a quarter of his health. Can't fight back just yet, but Riders also not looking to sink their teeth in. Bombs in spawn, and they have map control still to try and get.
Flash to clear out the stairs safely. Dust will do so. There's 2 players back in CT, so 3 committed to B. Zelen low. Opportunity to strike. And again, I've seen a lot more decisiveness here for Movistar. Wouldn't be surprised if they just continue into a side take, but they've actually moved up to the top of stairs. Fox, I don't know if he's calling for a smoke, but they're quite low on them. Might have to use his own. One will land. Yeah, and this is a good opportunity to trade them. Makes it very tough for Movistar to do anything about this, but going to B is always an option. Retake will be difficult if they manage to get the bomb plant here.
Not as deep as they have been at times. Nobody towards Monster to try and hold back Mixwell. He'll get the chance at killing Ramp or maybe even Graffiti. Molly on barrels to clear it. There's the first duel. Muterus is able to get that opening, and then Zelen swings out from Graffiti. Again, these players are incredibly tagged up. Very low HP for them to try and play with. They need Roman and Fox to come down with the Augs and try to trade straight away, which they will. It's Mopaz removed, and you have it then and there.
Did you see the look on his face?
No, was it angry? Was it ferocious?
He's like, I don't know. I hope we get to watch that back. He was just like, whoa, that was the ugliest shot I've ever hit. Unbelievable.
But he'll take it. He will take it, because that's Giants' 3rd round. Good place to be. Strong rotates. I mean, the defense did enough to soften up their targets, to get those first couple of kills.
Yeah, this could have been okay. You know, they got in somewhat quickly, but as you mentioned, the odd plays were strong. And that was just dirty. A good 2v1. They didn't have to rush things. They knew one player's hands was busy. They knew exactly where he was. They had contact on a player in pit. There was no reason to move slower than that. So again, overall, good retake here. Giants, they don't have an op this time either. Oof. Hell of an HE grenade off of the wall, banked at the feet of Soaker and Mixwell. Okay. And
nope.
Who needs an op?
1 bullet, 1 kill.
It was very clean. Evens up for some of the damage that was dealt earlier on. Might have been the player who threw that nade in the first place. A good opportunity and reason for Zelen to look to even up. But we haven't seen Giants try to get into the fray in terms of fighting Movistars where they want the fights. Flash comes out. Good AUG spray from Killdream.
Whoa.
And Zelen cannot get away. I don't know if he was blind, but he pulls out the smoke, looks to jump, but he seems a bit slow. Either way ends up costing him his life.
The pop flash that came out from Connector blinded him and not his teammate. But then he's caught with a grenade and his teammate dies. So very awkward position for him. Not the best of experiences, but regardless, there's still some footing here for Giants, 2v4.
Oh, they're just I don't know if they... It seemed like they didn't want to fight it for a second, or they just want to throw their own fake, push the T's into an A site take, but that's not going to happen. 30 seconds up, and the bomb is going down on the B site. Movistar smartly continuing on with this pressure into the site that they first chose, and that's just going to push Giants into a save. I like to play, you're down 4-2, you've got to decide, you know, if we pick a site that we're going to stack, is it going to be A or B? If they go A right now, will they run into our crosshairs? Probably. If they go B, it's going to be a little bit harder to defend because they were already prepared. So hoping for some hasty rotation. It doesn't come in, and they're going to get in safe positions nice and early with these AUGs. Not a lot of reasons for Movistars to go and look for these kills with their AKs. It is a battle of attrition. Everybody is quite low, economically speaking. Bomb will explode. Movistars will pull out a round. But one that rested on a hairpin. Again, I know, it's a tight battle back and forth. Good money made.
Thing is, numbers were there as well for Giants on their short hold. You had 2 players behind sandbags. That's a relatively even fight when those players are trying to trickle out door. But with one of you being flashed, it then becomes 2 separate 1v1s. And well, you saw it. Zelen tries to escape and gets caught instead.
Yeah.
Never even had a chance.
For sure. It was great. It was great that they did try to do something aggressive because they lost the opening kill. You know, mixed with a very clean AK shots out to mid. But it was what Movistars wanted. They wanted someone to go aggressive, just like Giants did on this round. Roman out with the AUG kill, 0 damage dealt in his favor. Mixwell comes out with a trade. Soaker gets one as well. USP goes down on the B site, and that's it, cracked open. They don't know if there are remaining CTs here, but they do know Roman was last spotted at A.
In terms of numbers, it's another duel where we've just got Riders getting the best of it. You've got a player, Mixwell, who's just very quickly positioned behind sandbags. He's got a teammate by his side. They draw in the double peek. You know, Giants trying to time their peaks properly, and yeah. Roman's gonna bring it back. Jokes aside, this is still something doable. He's got the damage down range. Mopaz ejects from Monster. He's gonna try to go shoulder to shoulder with Soaker on short.
Low on util, no kit to work with. Got to move past. At least tap this bomb or identify where the 2 players are, and it doesn't seem like he can do either. So he'll just leave. Yeah, at least he'll have the AUG. I guess his play was go patiently, gamble on one player still being in the site, and then if that's not the case, I'll leave. But if he commits past kind of that pillar, then he's pretty much going to die if he has to try to get away from the bomb. So smart by him. Mopaz ends up dying as well. So an expensive round for Movistars. I think in general, just for some cliff notes for both these teams, is to slow down the utility usage throughout the rounds, kind of span it out a little bit more. So every time I'm looking over, I'm seeing we're getting into like the midway portion of the round. They haven't picked the site yet, and they're low on smokes. So if they could be a bit more reserved, less liberal about how they're throwing grenades.
I actually misspoke, and I'm now more impressed. When I thought those 2 kills come off of the simultaneous short peaks, it was the Monster player who also had the timing perfect. So you had 2 players peeking short on different angles, plus Monster at the very same moment. And that's how they got their 2 entries and furthered forward with a 3rd. So, I'm impressed. And they're going to try their hand once more. Op in position, gives itself away with a shot that just careens past Kill Dream. They have seen that jump spot multiple times. Haven't been able to punish it with a quick kill, but Mixwell, first 2 times was AKs. Maybe the op's the charm.
It's big that Movistars get away with taking short B over and over again. Giants want to get in their face. They just don't know how. And all the while, there are 2 Ts working on bathrooms. You can see that they're threatening the position of Fox with the smoke. He's getting flashed. Difficult for the CTs to judge where they need to be right now. And now that they've got the CTs moving back a little bit, they're going to go ahead and pick a site. There are 3 CTs here on the B site. Mixwell waiting for an opportunity to get a kill. Mopaz going to look for a frag, and if he can't get the trade, Mixwell's there behind him. But instead, he'll turn into the entry, as there is no one right side Monster.
Mixwell picks up the graffiti player. Now that's just going to isolate CTs inside of the water. Muterus with 1. Falls back into the cover. Slight cover. Not good enough as Soaker charges forward. Gets himself another kill. 4 to 3. We've got Movistar losing bodies. Just Roman left up. He's been out of the fight. Terrorists finding kills one after another, and he can't even escape. The Riders just clear cut through this bomb site over and over.
Doing a good job. That was nice. And it's good to see Mixwell getting his op kill too. It just feels like it's been a game that has not had very many op kills from either him or Fox, even though we've seen them both play well. So opening kill goes their way. CTs are in positions you often see them ending up in versus B-side takes all over the pit in CT spawn.
And no longer over towards Monster. Their most convincing of B holds was when we had that double Monster setup, and the graffiti player was able to kind of manage the short push.
Definitely.
Whereas now that they're playing inside of water, which is you know, a more standard, a safer position, a more expected position on top of it all, Riders seem prepared for this. Even look at the angle that Muterus continues to hold over top of the metal ledge on site, watching the Monster exit. We've had that duel. Mixwell's ready for it. People are prepared.
I'm with you. I think it's really good how Movistars are working the map. They make it so difficult to try to get bad map control. I would be scared too if I was a CT trying to get back short after what they had done on short before to my players who try to re-aggress. And then at bathrooms, you're asking a lot of Fox, who seems to be by himself on the other side of the smoke, thinking, okay, if they go A, I can't just be pushing aggressively and then got caught off guard. And look at the tempo change. We've already got Riders moving out into the B site on this anti-eco. Good flash to start things off. Fox will at least get a kill, but it's only 2 pistoling players remaining. And I guess their own worst enemies themselves as they tried to molly out their teammate on shore B, but the bomb will get planted with ease. And you like to see that nice tempo change.
I feel like they've sniffed out the weakness at the B site. Something as small as changing pace, just easy nail in the coffin here for the 12th round. So 9-3.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they go back to B off of short control one more time. Yep.
I think one of the things with this consistent B hit is, there's been no challenge today. Like you said, it's at times Fox alone working it. But when's the last time we saw Giants up inside of connector? When's the last time we saw a long push on A even?
Yeah, they could work for that information. If they don't feel comfortable on the B site, you're exactly right. They can go and try to get that information on A, do it at bathrooms, push long, put that AUG to work. We saw Fox in the early rounds using his incendiary aggressively at the early round, and that's useful for if you have 2 players pushing off of long to get past the tree with the AUGs, maintain that advantage, try to get an easy spray down, fall back off of that play, but they haven't been able to do that. And getting that aggressive is something you do maybe 2-3 times a half, but they've still got opportunities to do that where Movistars will not expect them. Fox on the op once again. Maybe a chance here for him to take the round into his own hands. Roman's kind of getting aggressive, but it's here with him here just to throw a nade.
The old
fall back and the classic 4-man boost.
The old totem pole. The train's gone by, so the timing perfect.
Oh,
do it. Mixwell has wanted the pick on this jumping player, hasn't been given the chance. Now, if he stays double scope.
Oh, there was the chance.
As he grins,
smiling. Yeah.
he knows.
And he has to figure out if this is something that the crowd will realize. Nothing happening on the map. I think Soker went over to throw some utility to try to elicit a reaction, but it didn't come out. And they'll have to give it up. Minute up here. They don't have any map control to work with, so they've got to start the round at some point. Yeah. But they can try that again.
Very true. Yep. The process begins now, of course, taking back the rest of the map. We talked about the lack of aggression and forward position of Giants here towards A, and it's the same. Fox, first line of defense. Does have Roman over the shoulder. They're going to go for the boost, but oh no, Fox almost has a chance to fire off a second shot, but doesn't get his gun cocked fast enough. Now, there are more CTs here, and these numbers could catch Riders off guard. Muteris trying to run forward, makes a lot of sound, but he lines up bodies. And while Alex is back here, he has such little health. A turnaround from Roman, and he almost locks down long. Mixwell, he's got a molly out. Alex has no HP to play off of, but he does have the AK. He needs swift headshots, quick kills, and a clean clutch. But can he get it? It's there. It's there for the taking. Just needs one, and he's not. It's so close, but we've got Giants back on the board.
Wow, one hell of a try. An awesome attempt in that clutch situation, again from Alex, the man who pulled off the 1v3 on Nuke. Comes close, but no cigar for him today. Roman, what a flick. The 180 with the AUG spray here, and it was after Fox drops a really easy shot outside of bathrooms. Cannot let those kills go. It would have been so much easier for his teammates to hold in that situation if he had not let that one off, but it ends up being okay at the end of the day. Two MP9s here, one on Muteris, one on Kill Dream. An aggressive bout for the CTs as they're all out towards the top of bathrooms, and Soker is running quickly into them. Bomb follows closely behind, at least somewhat. He is kind of on his own, but it doesn't look like he's going to test him at bathrooms in the first place. Just taking a new route into the stairs. Maxwell being careful about the potential for Fox to be opping on that angle. T's have moved into very favorable positions, nice and early.
Forfeiting a lot of the pressure that we've seen very consistently applied on B. Looking to change gears here as they close out their T side. Double digits, a real possibility still for them, and Soker gets the best of the patience duel. Roman, head removed, 5v4 established.
Not a duel that is often won by the offense, one where the shadow can grant you the advantage if you're kind of patient enough, but in the 5v5 does lose his footing, and now we'll see the adjustment for Fox. This is very common to move to the outside of the bathrooms. He can't refresh a smoke for himself. He at least has the Molotov, so he can delay for some time, but there's 25 seconds. The T's are moving up, and they have long control.
Fox has to try and bail back into the bomb site. Muterus isn't going to be able to hold much with an MP9, but there's still a chance here. The bodies line up. Fox sprays down into them. He takes 3 kills, and there's a very real chance at the 4th. Soker down, traded instantly by Zelen. Giants not giving up 10 just yet.
He transforms when you need to. An absolute monster. Really nice stuff from the AUG, and it mostly comes from positioning. Just smart about where he is outside of bathrooms, knows how much time he has to commit to that, falls back to the truck just in time for the long play to come out, and again, 10 seconds ago, wasn't even close to this angle, so could have been killed early by the last remaining T, and in that situation, ends up getting 3 kills and doing 50% of the last player's health as well.
When I was thinking to myself, you know, Roman gets killed in the forward positioning of bathrooms, that's when you see Fox forfeit long and move into washrooms himself. I was thinking, surely, long's the key. Like, excellently done by Riders. They're gonna find that opening, the one that they cracked open. But he wasted no time on the retreat. Got right back, tucked into the corner, and near single-handedly wins the round.
Interesting. Lots of noise being made outside of B is first thing I notice here on the X-ray. Players running, at least 2 pairs of footsteps. Roman's in a super aggressive position, but it doesn't feel like Deaths is prepared for this fight at all. I don't know if the flash is going to come out to assist him to peek long, but the AUG is heard, and the spray comes out, and it's good for 2.
Decent start. Zelen's going to activate on the other side of the map. Pushes Riders back into the 2v4. Now they're still looking to close with that tantalizing 10th round. But what tools do they still have to work with? Double smoke, flashbang, and an incoming bomb. Defense in the form of Fox and Muterus. They're playing behind boxes and Optimus Prime. T's arrive. 35 seconds left to play. Deep smoke for Bank could push the CT forward. It does. Fox now peeking wide off the dice box. Gets the chance at the kill, but the ump wants the truck player, and he gets him. Good job by Fox to pick up the other side of the fight, as Giants will close this half 6-9.
Yeah, they recover it, man. They get the 3 rounds at the end. It's not too shabby. It's going to be scary here. Again, Giants are up 1-0 so far. I'm really wondering, you know, how much of this is psychological, if it matters. Again, the map choice is here. Giants have beaten them on overpass in the past, even though this is by far and away Movistar's best map. Moving into the second half, Giants look a little bit better, a little bit more composed. Again, Fox is playing as good as ever.
Yep.
Just on an individual basis. He's actually negative in KD. 2 of his rounds have been multi-frags on the A site. And I think the reason that he is negative KD, and the only one, is because there's been so many B plays.
Right. He's been forced onto the retake time after time until finally gets the chance to close out rounds. I mean, I was asking myself, do Riders just finish out this half continuously hitting the B site? Because it didn't even show any signs of slowing down. You know, they redirected towards A from what I think is just this, you know, sole reason of variety. And yet, Fox then stepped up big.
I hear you, yeah. It seemed like they had a good thing going.
There was no weakness at B.
Yeah, there was.
For Riders. Right.
Yeah, they had a good B take that they could have continued to at least find out if Giants could stop it. But it's really only in the early rounds where they're able to put something together. But now we're in the second pistol, one that could tie the game up. Soker's between 2 very difficult angles. He's pretty much got to commit to fighting long. Trust his teammate to get to cover his back.
Oh my goodness. Blind USP headshot is a beautiful thing. Or disturbing. Depends on your preferences. Kill Dream's gonna trade back. First kill here for Giants. There's the second one. Muterus trying to close that distance towards Truck. Can't win the duel versus Mixwell, who's just got those happy feet. Dancing back and forth, he'll go. With Roman still with him. 2v2. 25 seconds up. Reloads in. And they're looking for the duels, the gush, the headshots, but they're just not there. And bombs chucked out into the open once more. Low HP for Mopaz makes him susceptible to death. So he'll play this safe. Retreats. And Roman gets tagged furthermore, but Deaths, he's on his own here. This is a 1v1 for the Glock to potentially pick up 1 HP, and it's just not gonna happen. Riders take 10.
Wow, he just decides to fight for it that entire time. That 2v2 definitely could have been played better. Roman seeming upset about how things went there, but with the bomb on Optimus and 2 players spotted both in CT and Bank, they could have simply planted and had somebody at the dice box cover the cross. There would have been no way for the bomb to get killed from Bank in the first place, and he ends up getting that trade, kind of a clean duel 1v1. Like, that's just happy to see somebody make a mistake like that, which allows Movistars to get into that double-digit territory, as you mentioned. Reverse smoke at Monster as the T's move their way close to it. They've got a single flash, which is infinitely better than no flash, but not much else beyond that. It's the P250 here on Kill Dream.
Flash comes over. The one real piece of utility for the T's, and goodbye, farewell. That's an easy 11th round.
Very quick, no bomb plant. They didn't invest much, so it's not too much that they lost, and every little bit of money that they spent is going to result in an extra piece of utility here. Doing the math nicely, Roman's down to $0, Fox down to $0, Muterus is also down to $0. That's a pretty good sign. 5 AKs, and it is kind of the bonus round here for Movistars. They have 5 incendiaries. They've got 3 SMGs and 2 FAMASes. They've got no good guns, actually. Very significant, distinct advantage here for the Giants with all of these AKs on the board.
3 CTs stacked on long. What a completely different look from Riders than Giants. Maybe wanting to make the most of these close SMGs, but there's 2 kills quick for the Riders. Now they're gonna swarm, clamping down on the bomb, cutting it off from the remaining Ts that do come up from connector, but look at the damage. Alex and Mixwell arguably lucky to be alive.
Don't take this round too quickly. Lots of time left on the clock. There's so much damage dealt. Riders got kind of fortunate, I want to say, with just the SMG swinging out that wide, getting those dinks so quickly. But that doesn't mean that the T's are out of this just yet. However, Mixwell clean with the AK. Very nice stuff. Couldn't afford to take any bit of damage there. Flash goes high and over. Both players spotted. Spam isn't good. Wow, Zelen goes down. A crazy round there. I mean, clearly the aim was important throughout. Yeah. Because they peeked into longer ranges with just the SMGs, but they put together the headshots, and when they got better guns, they continued with that precise accuracy.
And the damage that was done to the 2 CTs that did survive didn't even matter. You know, you can be on 5 health, angles, but if nobody hits you, 5 health is as good as 100.
That's true. They played headshot angles, very smartly done. They've doubled the rounds now of Giants, and they did that on a bonus. They're going to retain one of the SMGs. Giants will be able to afford a kind of a half buy here. So even with that significant advantage, don't make enough out of it to warrant a counter force to try to chase their loss. Zucker drops a smoke early, scared that it might be a fast A play, and he might be right. A flash to help him recede into the site. Player spotted at long, moving in to CT lines.
Now he's done his job. He's got that opening kill. He's got support behind him in Mixwell. Eventual long player is going to come down, but okay, now it's a round. Roman and Muterus both pick up a headshot. Swift ones, too. There's an argument to be made for a rotation back, but we do have Mopaz cutting them off inside of short. They'd have a man advantage if they try to just stampede inwards, but this is just a nasty angle. Not the best gun for it. Tags up another player. And on such little HP, the MP9 should succeed. If they even keep going. You know, there's chances to go either way at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, they'll cut him off. Mopaz thinking he's a step ahead. Will have the better angle, and he drops the bomb. He'd already tagged Roman so low that this final kill is inevitable. Riders, solid defense.
Somewhat important that the kills go into the MP9, which is nice. Again, another bonus round. Lots of money here made by the Movistar. It's going to be hard to chew through this if you're the Giants. Good place to start next round, and that's the one we'll be looking at. Some utility saved, retained, and recycled. I think the MP9 was not able to upgrade in that spot. Mixwell will be on the op. Finally here, firmly on the CT side. So interested to see what his kind of tempo for the round will be. Very comfortable map for him. Almost certainly a map that they built around him because of his op on the CT side. And here he's got a middling spawn. Not a whole lot he can do aggressively to catch the other team off guard, but he still will go out towards the balloons. Kind of plays it dangerously, drops the smoke as he jumps up. Not expecting someone to be too aggressive. And it does elicit an off shot, that spam coming his way. Roman can tell his teammates this, but it just doesn't mean that much yet. Oh, okay. That was nice. Kill Dream goes out for 1. And Mopaz will be forced to fall back.
Loses half his health. Just tries to go for a quick peek trade. He's chased by grenades and then some. Oh, yes. Man, he has had to dodge 3 frag grenades, but the last 2 hit their mark, just like Mixwell did with Op. We've got Zelen trying to cross. Numbers getting cut down here as Riders catch back the man advantage. Fox attempts to activate, will have a chance to kill Mixwell, does it, but there's a close player right near him. Deaths emerges from the barrels, and we've got Riders on fire. This CT side starting to come together as they now sit 14-6.
In extremely good form. It'll be another bye here for the Giants, but that's the least of their concerns. They are at such a significant disadvantage. Great bank grenades, good setup here with Deaths on the exterior, getting the 2-piece once again, solid in the B sites. Close to closing this one out and moving into a potential vertigo. That would be huge. An unknown quantity, potentially. A good map for Movistar, potentially. But still, they've shown that they can lose in this series. We expected them to take both of these first maps, or at least I did, and they still managed to give up a giant lead on Nuke. Not through the thick of it just yet. Muterus, even though I guess it looked like everyone could buy, can only afford this Mac 10. Mixwell hopping once again. And we haven't even got this half started. It might be over already. How do Giants want to play it, and where does Mixwell want to lead?
Where's that cannon position itself? Do we have Mixwell on the forefront? Yes, sir. No reason not to. He's been asserting himself with it on this CT side.
Oof.
Grenades fly and he falls back.
Yeah, might have been scared of eating that flash early, or just expecting the peak to come out just that second sooner. As we can see, Zelen showing us how fast the T's can come up and threaten the spot that Mixwell was just in, and that's why, you know, he doesn't feel comfortable for that long. Was an extra second there that he could have hung out. Have a lot of responsibility here on the A site. I think he's got 1 teammate behind him to support. But Giants move quickly with their game plan. Outside of the bathrooms, all the T's in a row. They haven't heard the op this round. They don't know for sure that Mixwell's here, even though they're probably very suspicious. Clearing out long will be quite dangerous, and they'll have to make their presence known. Another benefit of just having the op.
They have flashbangs aplenty. Should be throwing them over, trying to offset the cross. Actually, the jump draws him to look on the right, which does allow for Roman to tuck away into the left. Interesting. Comes down to the minute moves of the long players as they try to come in with their 3 men on bathrooms too. We've got dedicated defense here by Truck. Opening kill belongs to Alex. We have Mixwell completely removed from this equation, though. He does have deaths to bolster his position, but the smoke grenades have nullified him. And while he does hit Kill Dream still stands. 2 players on Truck, barrels spotted, and a rebound now coming out of the CT side. The Riders with 3 kills in a row with just Zelen up. He's pinned into the position. 2 CTs still to take, and they're going to try to come at him at the very same time. They die! It's Zelen with a clutch, and Giants with at least a 7th round.
I love how he played that 1v2, moving slowly back off the flower pot just to close off that left side angle. Puts together the 1v3, magically done. There's been a lot of highlight rounds between these 2 teams, and Zelen kind of adding to that tally. Super clean stuff by him. Nice spray, and you can't even blame the double peek. It was well done from Movistar. They just didn't put together the kill, and I like, again, how he positioned himself. So Giants earn 1 back, even though Movistar's only almost came out with a really impressive kind of retake that looked like they were going to lose for sure. Will the boost get called out? Mixwell knows how dangerous this is.
Oh, man.
And he's got to make a read. They aren't going to go to the top of the slide, so maybe the best decision possible. 2 ops in an interesting adjustment. It's in kind of unbalanced buy with the Deagle and the MP9, but the op kind of brings us back. It makes it hard to argue against the CTs for buying into this.
Killdream's playing back B at a distance and then some. Hanging out by the garbage cans. He's very much an anchor towards this side of the map, but is that within earshot of Mopaz? It's Mopaz and Alex still dedicated back to this B site. They've moved forward. Mixwell ready for the push, but only able to get himself 1 kill. The op, a hot swap from Soaker, and he comes in with 2 of his own, loses his head to Roman. And we have the CTs maintaining this man advantage, cutting down the numbers and putting Giants into a tough spot, somewhere they've been all map long. Deaths rounds the corner silently, loses his head for it, and this should enable the plan. They're gonna go on top of the truck because they are anticipating a flank, but it's not from bathrooms, no, it's long. Mopaw's gonna try to creep up. If Roman rounds this corner.
He's getting there fast.
Oh. This is gonna be a tough one. He's gonna go, oh man, he's gonna dedicate, look to the feet, and hope to God that he does not get cleared from this position. But the plant could give way to this. Oh, wow. Mopaz, he's gonna get spotted on the cross out. Roman did just fire bullets, so his position should be known. Alex smokes off bomb, punishes Roman for it. Killdream's gonna get close, sprays one of the 2, and the opera's gone because time is non-existent.
What was that? They had that rounds. They had that locked up. They were so confused why the bomb was planted there when there was no T's on the site to defend against it. But all they had to do was lock off Flower Pot. They did tab it, kill the 1 guy who could have killed them. And then all they had to do was go for the defuse and make sure that they didn't have to worry about long at all. There was no reason to go and think about that flank. That's interesting. I think they lacked some communication in those final moments, but it looked like an insanely promising situation to be in. Either way, Movistars don't have enough money to buy now to follow that one up. Mopaz has his 1 smoke he's used on short B. Try to feign control. He's actually there with his teammates. That was a weird one, right?
That was super weird.
Okay.
I was trying to figure it out as we went. And then the next thing I know, the bomb blew up.
I was like, oh, the CTs are winning. Oh, the CTs are winning. Oh, the CTs are leaving. Oh my God, they're leaving. Why are they leaving? That round was over. But either way, it's kind of the only thing that's like the one kind of round that they needed, or Giants needed in that last map to come all the way back. So once again, that conversation about just tightening up ship is applicable here as well. But it seems like Giants are clearly going to go towards A. The only real tell, even though there's lots of time, is the fact that they haven't left someone just way back in spawn to make sure there's no flanks. In their eyes, there's somebody that could be at the top of stairs, but Soaker's going to see the cascading incendiaries, flashbangs, and smokes. You just won't be able to tell his teammates much about the players. Yeah, so he'll end up dying.
Burnt to a crisp.
Just a barrage of nades and bullets.
And skewered as he tries to come out through smoke. And now everybody else is gone. So, Riders, unfortunate in their stack, don't get what they wanted, but that's life for you, isn't it, Mohan?
Yes, life is always going up against the stack, it feels like.
How hard do they hunt? I see that Mac 10, hungry for money.
Always weird to give up these kills at the end if they aren't going to be retake frags. It's just money being made right now. There's bounties on all of their heads, 300 bucks a piece for these rifles, 600 for the SMGs. AK recovered, but then dropped again. And after all that, they all die and give up a ton of cash. So Giants will turn that into a bunch of utility bot here on this round. They are going to keep the 2 Galils that they have. I think luckily for them, it's also a round where Movistars can't afford an op once again. I think they want to have one on Mixwell. So they'll go ahead, pick up 2 smokes. Good that we saw a stack. Why not throw in a stack? And actually get a 3rd op as well. Mopaz will even pick up a scout to round out the buy.
To say, you know, purchasing into that double op when they had so little money, they left Soaker in that round, the double op towards A site. when he had just the deagle. So, I mean, they bottomed out their cash to try and make that round work. Wild that it nearly managed.
Yeah, it was actually a sick bait, though, huh?
Yeah,
because Stoker picked it up. It was like, wow, no one's going to be there at the signpost boost.
And another sick part of that round that didn't even net them a frag or anything was the way they played B with the MP9 push through short, you know, flashed over. Op per extremity. It was a nice round, but it comes at a cost. The double scout instead. The bargain bin by. But don't write off the scouts.
Depends whose hands it in, whose hands it's in, that's for sure. Oh, scout shot goes off, and it looks like Fox is less concerned about Alex right now. So he's going to see someone lining up a nade, but Mopaz, one of the scouters, goes down as well as him. And Death's going to hear a player falling back, not a player looking for him.
Alex cleared by Killdream. That was the man that was heard on the retreat. Scout peeks.
Being very careful about it. And that's the bomb carrier that's fighting this. His teammate gets killed as well. It's a 2v3. The flank is out, but Mixwell is moving in. I really don't want to count deaths out of this. At least there's, this Molotov to make sure he can't aggress too far. And deaths will go down as well. 10-14. Giants move into very respectable double-digit scoreline. You look back on the scoreline, win or lose, you could say, okay, well, they got close here on overpass. They did pull off a pretty decent T-side, even though they had a lackluster start, as they did on the last map. Within 4 of tying up, still a stretch to think that they could pull this one back, especially on overpass as opposed to nuke, which is not their map choice. Maxwell opping. Alex has enough money for an op. Why not double op? I liked that setup last round, that last buy round. It looked good. This time it would be strengthened even further. There's not going to be a deagle and a CZ in play.
Right.
It's going to be 2 ops in AUG, 2 M4s, full utility on everybody. You know Giants are going to give up those kills.
But he decides not to.
Alex will just go ahead and pick up the AUG, unfortunate.
Still scope, but not quite the caliber.
They favor utility. And we have now another pivotal round. Soaker moving out quickly just to go out for some rifle pre-fire to see if anybody's going to jump across. Did run the risk of getting opt in that endeavor. Won't be the case right now. Mopaz is peeking behind a smoke. Okay. Oh, scared for his life for a moment there. 4T's waiting for that smoke to clear so that they can get their way through into B, and they look like they're going to move fast. I don't know where Mixwell is in this spot. Out towards bathrooms, holding on to it, waiting for the rotate back. It doesn't seem like it's going to come.
Mopaz would love to time this smoke well. Flash comes downwards. Now, that's a poofy smoke. They're going to be able to work around it, but he can also hold just on the other side. Oh, man, the bodies are here, and now they know he's close. He's going to charge in, and now he's going to skewer them. It's Mopaz with 3 kills in the round. He's cut everybody down except for Roman and Fox, that both still continue to work in from the same position, but there's a man in the water. It's Deaths. Oh, and he almost gets struck down by the sniper, but it is Riders with a 15th round.
Sick play from Mopaz, man. He has to peek out to get information on the nades being thrown because they were so sparse about the utility coming over Monster. The first flash goes over to his left, he can't even see it. And then he peeks into the Monster tunnel, has to drop the smoke on a dime, gets the 1 kill playing off the corner of it, and then pushes through for 2 more. Super sick stuff. Again, another heads-up play that happens versus a Monster Rush. There have been good B holds, and there's a case for Movistars now to win the map and to do it with just that singular rifle on Mixwell, who rounded out the round with that last kill. Movistars have no business fighting for map control too hard. They know that they're at an advantage. They know that no matter how much money Giants have, that they're going to spend it all to try to claw their way back into this. And when you smell that desperation, you stay away.
Not looking to overface on the B site. I'm sure that last hold means they're confident in the setup. Mopaz's job was made easier by the fact that 2 players he lined up, both of them were spamming smoke. That's audio cues. He gets their exact position and their intentions. Capitalizes on it, but this time he's burned out of his preferred spot. Still has a teammate close up. No challenge on the lip of Monster, but rather within the sight. He'll play pillar, which can be huge.
Man.
If you have cover from your teammates, that's one thing, but this is a redirection. This is a sleight of hand.
Man, they're making so much noise on this rotate back 30 seconds. It's kind of frantic. Back to the A side. 3 CTs here, ready and waiting. They're primed. Soaker could light this up.
Mixwell, flub flash. Doesn't get past that initial box. 2 players to his side. He's going to feel the pressure. He's going to feel the heat. It's going to come down to the kills, and Mixwell's got them all. 16